Hello, my name is Justin. Today we will be talking about the importance of relationships in our daily lives, and how the low quality of them can guide us to feel isolated. Diving further into what isolation is, and how we can detect it while possibly finding a way out of it. Join me.
Humans are social creatures. We need social interaction in order to function properly. Studies show social relationships have short and long-term effects on health. These effects emerge in childhood and cascade throughout life, creating advantages or disadvantages in health. The quality of your relationships will dictate not only how you feel, but how you make others feel as well. Surrounding yourself with people who you can learn from, people who support you and overall have a positive impact on your life, is extremely important to your emotional health. Relationships are never perfect and will experience some conflict. Surrounding yourself with people who know how to communicate effectively and with love is also a factor in quality of our relationships. Social integration. Social integration refers to the overall level of involvement within formal social relationships. The integrations can be with a spouse, friend as well as those relationships with religious institutions and volunteer organizations. The absence of both social integration and social relationships can lead to strong feelings of isolation. This feeling of isolation can have many origins. It could be developed during childhood. It could also be something that continues to develop as we grow. Isolation has a way of creating a pull on a person's daily self-esteem and ability to interact with others. Social isolation is the lack of social contacts and having few people to interact with regularly. Social isolation can also be associated with many health risks, including risk of high blood pressure and heart disease, obesity, weakened immune function, anxiety, depression, cognitive decline including dementia, Alzheimer's, and even death. Now we ask, how does one become lonely? One becomes lonely when not included with others in social outings. The absence of social interactions can make someone feel like they do not belong. Therefore, allowing our unconscious to make the decision to become isolated. The consequences of being put in lonely positions are that we develop a barrier between ourselves and others. Because of this, someone may not allow others to get close to them, and vice versa. Being isolated can also lead to mental health issues. Someone may begin to tell themselves things like, "You don't belong in this world," or "Nobody likes you." Unfortunately, these thought patterns can grow so incredibly fast, to the point where someone cannot tell the difference between reality and illusion. Millions of people surrender to these thoughts each year. Sadly, many individuals believe it is too much to handle, resulting in suicide. The National Library of Medicine stated that suicide percentages and suicide rates were higher for social isolation than for social disorganization. They also stated that there was a massive difference in the rates of suicide due to social isolation between men and women. Males under social isolation committed suicide about 25.6 per 100,000 people. Women on the other hand, commit suicide 9.4 per 100,000 people. According to the CDC, more than one-third of adults aged 45 and older feel lonely, and nearly one-fourth of adults aged 65 and older are considered to be socially isolated. Luckily, for us, there are many resources available in order to avoid these extreme consequences. You can start by finding an activity that you enjoy, retaking an old hobby, or taking a class to learn something new. You may have fun and meet people in which you share similar interests with. Looking back into the importance of relationships, consider scheduling time each day to stay in touch with family, friends, and neighbors. This could be through email, social media, or voice call and text. Talk with people you trust and share your feelings. Suggest an activity to help nurture and strengthen existing relationships. Sending letters or cards is another good way to keep up friendships. We can use communication technologies such as video chat, smart speakers, or even companion robots to help keep us engaged and connected. If you are not so tech-savvy, you can sign up for an online or in-person class at your local public library or community center to help you learn how to use email and or social media. Try introducing yourself to your neighbor or neighbors. Find a faith-based organization where you can deepen your spirituality and engage with others in activities and events. Check out resources and programs at your local social service agencies, community and senior centers, and public libraries. Join a cause and get involved in your community. Studies show that people who engage in meaningful and productive activities they enjoy with others feel a sense of purpose and tend to live longer. Helping others will also increase your sense of belonging and decrease one's feelings of loneliness, with an end point of showing you that you do matter, and you are important and valuable to the world. It is also important to understand which factors may increase the risk of becoming socially isolated or experiencing feelings of loneliness, outside of just a lack of social contact. Factors that may increase a person's risk of social isolation and loneliness may include individuals who earn low wages, those who are a part of marginalized and discriminized groups, those people who have a chronic disease or condition, those who are unmarried or live alone, those who may be going through major life transitions, such as divorce, losing a loved one, or losing a job. Hello again. We have reached the end of our journey here today. We hope this video taught you all about isolation, including making you more aware of the symptoms, and how to be more empathetic towards those who have consciously or unconsciously isolated themselves from the world. Thank you all once again for watching. We'll see you next time.